Hi everyone, it's Tracy Murphy-Poxtis and welcome to Good to Great in Under 8, the weekly show for motivated professionals who want to elevate their leadership presence and get more satisfaction out of their career overall. So as you guys know, I'm live here every Monday at 12 Central, and if you're not able to catch me live, you can view a recording of the show on the Learning Corner page of my website, tracymurphycoaching.com. So today's topic is all about what you can do to start to improve relationships with difficult coworkers. Now, in a perfect world, our work environments would be filled with only awesome, hardworking people who got along all the time. But unfortunately, as you all know too well, that's really not the world that we live in. Instead, our work environments are filled with all kinds of different people. And the reality is we can't get along with everyone all of the time. However, there are some things that you can do to help reduce your own frustration and start to improve the relationships with other coworkers. So to start, I want you guys to think about that one difficult coworker. You know the one I'm talking about, the one that drives you absolutely crazy and that when you come home, you can't even stop talking about them. So get an image of that person in your mind. So now I'm sure you're thinking, gosh, if this person could just change this one thing or stop doing this one thing, everything would be so much better. But guess what, guys? Here's the hard truth. If the person wanted to change or do something different, they would have done it already. So where does it leave you? Well, it leaves you really with two options. You can change you, or you can change your point of view of the other person. So I want to share with you two tips for how you can go about doing that. And the first is try stepping into their shoes. So I got to be honest, guys, not many people wake up every day and say, you know what, I'm going to be a royal pain in the butt today. I am going to purposely try to annoy so-and-so. So even though it might seem like people are trying to be difficult, I'll bet that there's probably some underlying motivation that's causing the person to act in that way. So step into their shoes, spend a little time thinking about what might be causing them to act a certain way, or what's stopping them from really being more cooperative with you. You know, maybe there's something that happened on a past project that they just can't get over. Or, you know, maybe you inadvertently said or did something that triggered them in a certain way. So what I'm saying is really try and see things from their perspective and then adjust your communication style to account for that. I guarantee you guys, if you do this, you're going to show up in a much more empathetic way and with some really great insight for how you can really improve that relationship. So the second thing that you can do, and this one's going to be much harder, is what I call start practicing acceptance. And what I mean by this is to really try and see, embrace, and accept other people for who they are. So first thing here is stop thinking about everything that you think that this person's doing wrong and try thinking about all the strengths and talents that the other person has and how they bring them to the table and how it's been beneficial. By doing this, it's going to really help you reframe how you view that other person and how you see them, and really help you start to see the value that they bring. And then the second thing is to recognize that just because you think they're difficult doesn't really mean they are difficult. It just typically usually means that they're doing something or approaching something differently than you. And guess what? That's okay. We are different and we do approach things in different ways. But the real key here is not to judge the way other people are doing things as wrong and that you're always right. So try simply telling yourself that, you know what, it's okay for us to be different. It's okay for them to have a different perspective. And then ask yourself, how do we use both of these perspectives to help us get to a better place. So what I'll definitely tell you is that stepping into the shoes of other people and starting to accept them for who they are is really, really tough. But I'm going to guarantee if you start doing these two things, that your relationship with those difficult coworkers will start to improve. So this week, challenge yourself. Try these two things just for the next week with that one difficult coworker that you thought about earlier, and see how it goes for you. And I would love for you to share your experience with me. I'd love to hear how these two tips, stepping into their shoes and accepting them for who they really are, works for you guys. So share your stories with me. Just go to the Work With Me page at tracymurphycoaching.com and fill out the form at the bottom, and I will give you a call and we can talk about how things went for you. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great week and Happy New Year. I will see you next Monday.